Stage. We're back once again this month for 30 minutes of insights, fun, and more fun. But we're going to learn a lot in the next 30 minutes. And of course, we're celebrating 50 years of the National Speakers Association. Good afternoon. It's Rich Bontrager, the Trigger, here with you again, streaming live on multiple channels. And if you are listening in on the NSA's main page, welcome. You might be streaming in from one of our Facebook groups. We love having you here as well. And over the course of the next half hour, feel free to ask questions, drop them in the chat. We'll field them. We'll bring them on camera. We'll have a lot of fun with you. But we have an action-packed show with you here today. And in fact, we are going to be talking to one of our keynoters coming up for the Influence 2023 50-year anniversary, which we're going to talk about a lot here today. Dr. Delatorro McNeal II is with us today, and he's going to give us a sneak peek, the exclusive sneak peek of his session entitled Transformational Power of the Experiential Keynote. It's a mouthful, but he's going to explain some of it. He's not going to give it all away. You got to come down and join us in Florida. If you don't know Dr. Delatorro, he is a world-class peak performance expert. He's sought after by Fortune 50 companies and organizations. This internationally best-selling author expert is entrusted to change corporations, individuals alike, who have the desire to go to the next level. And let's welcome Dr. Delatorro. Welcome.
What's up, Rich? How are you today, friend?
I am doing great. How is Florida, by the way?
Oh, Florida is beautiful, man. It was about 93 degrees, man. It's a beautiful day today.
I see you got the proper attire.
I'm a Florida boy, born and raised here, so I love it.
I saw that you were from Tampa, but now you're a global guy. Can you briefly tell us, how did that happen?
So I'm so very grateful. I'm so excited to be on the main platform for 50th anniversary of the National Speakers Association. I've been a 17-year member of NSA. I earned my CSP at the age of at the age of 33 years old. So I've been a CSP for 12 years. And I've had the wonderful honor of actually mentoring 5 people who are now CSPs and 1 person who is now a member of the $1 Million Speakers Group in NSA. And so I'm really, really excited about the beautiful career that I've had. You're not going to believe this, Rich, but I've been a full-time speaker for 20 years. This year makes 20 years that I've been full-time, and I'm 45 years old at the time of this broadcast. So we've been in the game for a good little while, and I'm so incredibly excited. It's been an amazing ride. And I'm just really excited about the wonderful opportunity that we're going to have at Influence to really share at the next level about what it is that we've had a chance to do over the last 20 years. So it's been an amazing journey, over 4,000 paid talks all around the world. I've spoken for the $1 Million Roundtable 3 times. You know, Rich, to get the $1 Million Roundtable stage once in your career is a hallmark, but we've had a chance to be on the main platform 3 times. I was the opening keynote speaker for the Toastmasters World Convention in 2017. I've been on NBC's The Today Show 5 times last year alone for my Wall Street Journal USA Today bestselling book called Shift into a Higher Gear, Better Your Best and Live Life to the Fullest. So we've done a lot of television, and it's been amazing. So between speaking, keynoting, and doing a lot of television, I'm a member of the $1 Million Speakers Group. So I'm just really, really delighted to be a part of this incredible celebration for our 50th year anniversary. And I'm looking forward to adding massive value to our members.
Well, that's what the winter conference is about. A lot of people said we got tools, we got tips, we got insights, things to really take home. And I know that's a big shift for the NSA across the board. We're doing more of that, sharper on that. So it's good to hear you're going to bring it. Tell us a little bit about the special keynote. You've cooked up something, the Transformational Power of the Experiential Keynote. Tell us about this.
So, Rich, here's what's cool, right? So my master's degree is in curriculum design, instructional systems. I went to Florida State University. So give you a little bit of background. I was labeled an at-risk youth in the 5th and 6th grade. Told academically I wasn't going to amount to much of anything. But through the mentorship of my 6th grade teacher and my mother, my mom who passed away 10 years ago, they really kind of groomed me. My mom was a Sunday school teacher and an English teacher. So if you were going to be Olivia's kid, you had to be able to talk. So I started being groomed in speaking and presenting at a very, very young age. And fast forward, I was able to overcome those academic challenges and go to Florida State, get a bachelor's and master's, 2 degrees in 5 years with a 4.0 and no debt. So when I came out of Florida State, I came out with a degree in curriculum design and instructional systems. I thought I was going to work for a major corporation for 10, 15 years in curriculum design and all that stuff, and then slowly transition into speaking. That's clearly not what God's plan was for my life. I got laid off from my corporate job 1 year new to corporate.
Oh,
So I've only worked in corporate America for 1 year, literally one of them. I got laid off, lost my money, all that kind of good stuff. And after that, something shifted in me, Rich. I mean, it's just a true story. It shifted. I said, man, okay, if I can have a master's degree and a 4.0 and a great degree program, and I could still get laid off from corporate America due to layoffs and companies shifting and pivoting, I gotta have some more control over my career. So I took a 2-year position at the University of South Florida. And at University of South Florida in Tampa, I was an adjunct professor. I taught public speaking. So 2 years out of college, I was teaching at the college level and I was teaching public speaking. And I was also teaching instructional systems design, curriculum design for the College of Education. So I did that for 2 years, and on nights, weekends, and lunch breaks, I started building my speaking dream. And Dr. Willie Jolly and Les Brown became personal mentors of mine during that time in my life. And Dr. Willie Jolly, he had hair at the time, and he listen, you got to come to NSA. And I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I don't have any money to go to that conference. He said, you better get your butt to NSA. And I went to my first NSA convention. It's just been a wrap from there. So, I share that backstory with you to help you understand something powerful about my journey. So when I came into the speaking industry, 3 points in a poem never did it for me.
oh,
When I came into this industry, you know, I came in with a curriculum design mindset. So I needed more depth. When I would hear a lot of speakers present, I heard a lot of fluff. And so for me, I was like, I know what learning objectives are. I know what instructional design is. I know what adult learning theory is. I know what experiential learning is. I know the way adults learn. And coupled with that, I also have certifications in neurolinguistic programming, which is the study of the language of the unconscious mind. So for me, speaking and presenting is really more about how do we make sure that not just that our content leaves us, but that it lands in a powerful and transformational way in our audience. And so from the time I started my career, I've been an experiential keynote speaker. And so one of the things that allows me to be invited back, 80% of my clients rebook me over and over and over again. 80% of my business in this industry is on repeat referral spinoff business. And the reason why that is only about maybe 15% of my business model is from bureaus. Everything else is direct book. And it's been that way pretty much my whole career because of the power of the experiential keynote. I don't think people come into our space just to hear us as a talking head.
no.
I really believe that our audiences are looking for something transformational. And you're going to laugh at me, Rich, but I'm gonna let a little something out of the bag. I have 2 alter egos. One is Mufasa. So I really believe internally that my animal spirit is that of a lion. So much so that my puppy's name is Simba. So my 11 pound Shipu, his name is Simba. And so I really believe internally that I have the animal spirit of a lion. So that not only that, but number 2, I also believe that I'm Optimus Prime. If you were to ask me what my alter ego is, I would tell you that it's Optimus Prime. And Optimus Prime is the leader, watch this, of the Autobots. And Optimus Prime is a transformer. So I believe every time I step on a stage, it is my goal, my objective to not just get a standing ovation, but my goal and objective is to transform that audience. And the truth is when you study adult learning theory, you understand that adults learn best through experience. And if we're going to create transformation, we got to create transformation through experience. So that's what we're going to be talking about at Influence. It's going to be epic. And you're not just going to hear me talk about it. What's going to be so powerful is I'm going to take the audience through the experiential learning things that I do on stage for massive clients all over the world. So you're going to experience it. And then I'm going to back up and say, okay, now did you see what I did? You see how that worked, why it worked that way? So it's going to be a beautiful dance of experiencing it in real time and then backpedaling out of it and looking back at it, from a third party perspective and say, okay, now let me teach you how we did what we did so that you can not go out there and try to be Dr. Delatorro, because I believe that every one of us must celebrate our own uniqueness, because if two of us are the same, one of us is unnecessary, right? So it's not about teaching speakers how to be more like me. I believe it's really about teaching speakers how to unlock their own ability to be more experiential and more transformational in their own programs.
So you're taking me back to my church ministry days, because when I was pastoring and on stage, I did transformational teaching the way you're describing it.
Yeah.
I had props, I had
Yes.
sounds, I had maps, I had
Yep.
toys. I threw beach balls in the audience
Yes.
because you want to have the sensory engaging experience, not a head knowledge experience.
Exactly. Yep.
And we want to break the glass. Everyone talks about how do you break the glass.
Yes.
So, what are a couple tips you can give us here without giving it all away? What's a couple tips just to whet the appetite to come to influence this year? And here you give it all away.
Absolutely. So I think a couple things that we need to do. First and foremost, we got to be authentic, right? Whatever you're going to do, because people think, okay, let me just go out and read a book on team building, or let me read a book on facilitation, or let me go read a book on icebreakers, and I just got it. Nah, it's not it. What we have to really figure out is, okay, how am I authentically showing up? And who am I authentically? And how do I get really clear about what I know and what I do, and how I can bring my subject matter expertise to an audience in an authentic way and take people through an authentic experience that resonates with my background, my pedigree, my life story, my expertise, my wisdom, my knowledge, my client testimonials, fill in the blank. I think the worst thing that we can do is watch someone do something and say, oh, let me just go ahead and steal that and use it on my audience.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing you could do, because you have no clue how many times that person has worked. I mean, it's just like, that's like taking a comedian's joke, right? You know how many times they practiced that joke thousands of times in front of all kinds of audiences where they dialed it in, but it's their timbre, it's their vernacular, it's their cadence, it's their background, it's their tonality that makes that joke work for that comedian. So you don't want to try to just emulate what you've seen other people do. You want to use what they've done as inspiration and say, okay, now how do I create my own version of this? And I think that's where the power really begins to come in, Rich.
So let me ask you this, because I'm a
Yeah.
big believer in the virtual stage. I've been in media all my life, and I love the virtual stage.
Yeah.
Do you believe this transformational teaching can break the glass virtually as well as the in-person?
Absolutely, 500%. During the pandemic, I gave 80 talks both years during COVID. I transitioned both of my speaker training programs, because I have a speaker training program called Crush the Stage that I've been doing for over 12 years. And I have another speaker training program called Speaking Business Mastery. And a lot of my friends, when they went virtual, they were like, listen, but people don't like to stay. If you're doing stuff at hotels, like however long you were going to do it at the hotel, cut it in half. And that's about how much attention span you're going to get online. And I didn't believe that. So I did 3-day, 12-hour day training programs, and they were all sold out during the pandemic, all of them. So the point I bring that up is, and I make sure I got virtually certified. I got certified through eSpeakers, so I'm a certified virtual presenter and all that great stuff, right? But even without that, I believe that there's a power that we have when we look into a camera lens. We have the power to use experiential learning to transfer and transmit what it is that we know, love, and care about to an audience. If I believe that what comes from the heart, Rich, reaches the heart. I believe that what comes from sincerity reaches sincerity. And the cool thing is, we can break that glass screen, right? That proverbial glass ceiling, simply by getting our audiences to do more. I think a lot of us are so caught up in getting our audiences to take more notes, but more note taking does not necessarily equal more transformation.
No.
The more we can get our audiences to execute on something, the more we can get them to actually begin to own it in their own bones. And so that's what we're going to be experiencing. And so when we speak to corporations and associations all over the world, one of my favorite things to do, Rich, I'll be honest with you, I love the science and the art of taking a client's theme, their mission, their goals for a conference or a meeting, and then melting that into my keynote. And so much so that it almost becomes a brand new presentation, right? And so I'm going to be teaching some of the ways that we can use experiential learning to bake the client's agenda into our programs, so that when the client sees us deliver, experiences us delivering, they're like, wow, you built that talk just for my organization. So it's going to be incredible, man. I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Let me touch on that a little bit further, because you help businesses, leaders go to that next level.
Yeah.
And you're talking about some next level stuff with presentation of speakers that we all love speakers here, of course, in the NSA. But is there a next level of speaking that we all can strive to do, or we kind of run the course and we're all just going to do what we're going to do? Or do you believe there really is a next level for speakers?
So they asked James Brown in an interview, they said, man, out of all the concerts that you've ever done all around the world, which at all these amazing venues, right? Which one was your best? He said, the one I'm going to do tomorrow night. He's the best godfather of soul because he believed that he could always improve. He believed that he could always top himself. He believed that his best was his next. So the moment that we stop believing that our best is our next is the moment that we're toast. We are the walking dead the moment we stop developing ourselves, the moment we stop growing and learning. I am forever a lifelong learner. And you know someone who inspired me to do that? The gentleman that honored me with the foreword of this incredible book, Brian Tracy. If you've come to NSA conferences over the years like I have, one of the things that you will see is when Brian comes to these amazing events, he's one of the most successful speakers in our industry, Hall of Fame, you name it, every award there is to win, he's won it. And Brian Tracy will sit in breakout sessions of speakers who've been speaking for 3 or 4 or 5 years. He's been doing it 40 years. And I stopped him at a conference one time. I said, forgive me, but you're Brian Tracy. Like, why are you going in these breakout sessions when you're like the best of the best of the best? He's like, there's always something I can learn, even from a brand new speaker. There's always something there's always a nugget I can take, even from a speaker that's only been doing it 3 years or 5 years or 10 years. Even if they do something incorrectly, I can take a lesson from that. And so I believe in the importance and the power of lifelong learning. So we should always be retooling our presentations and programs. We should always be tweaking them. We should always be taking them to the next level, finding another way to connect with people. Think about it. We're living in the most diverse time in human history. So in front of any one of us, when we're in front of an audience of people, that's the most diverse audience in human history. So that means that our pedagogy for how we deliver to said audience must also be diverse.
Well, again, you're going to be stepping up center stage, main stage, 50-year anniversary of the National Speakers Association. Yeah, bring it.
Yes,
Do you know what day you're speaking yet? Have they revealed that much of the schedule, or is that still under wraps?
Yes. So I'm from what I understand, I'm going to be on Saturday. I believe I'm on Saturday.
All right. Dr. Delatorro McNeal II, thank you very much for being with us here today. And again, we look forward to seeing you down in Orlando. It's going to be a great time. He didn't give it all away, but he gave just enough of it.
Nowhere close. Just enough to whet the appetite a little bit.
Thanks for being here with us today. It's great to talk about the NSA and, of course, the National Speakers Association 50-year anniversary. Stick around. We're going to have some easy access to let you know more about that. Maureen will be with us in a little bit to talk about Did You Know as we celebrate 50 years. But we also have an amazing foundation at the National Speakers Association here, and we want to keep you in touch with what's going on with that. And Jim Pancero is back with us once again. He's the chair of the board of trustees of the NSA Foundation. And let's bring him on right now. Jim, great to see you.
Honored to be here. So exciting. I think there's so many exciting things happening with the foundation. I appreciate the opportunity that we could keep our members updated. We have 2 things that are going on right now. There's $35,000 worth of total revenue that the foundation is going to be distributing, and the applications are available this month. The first is we're going to be passing out 6 $5,000 scholarships to college and graduate students. So if you either as a member are going to either college or graduate school, or you have a child that is, please apply. You can get the applications online at nsafoundation.org. And the applications are available until April 30th. We also have going on right now the Art Berg Fund. The Art Berg Fund is a special fund that was done in the honor of Art Berg, who passed away a number of years ago. And it's meant to fund a nonprofit C3 organization that an NSA member is actively involved in to help that organization improve their technology. It's a $5,000 grant. That application is open until May 1st. The other thing we're excited about is what's going to be happening at Influence, as you talked about with Del Toro, all exciting programming that's going to be happening. And on Sunday evening, we're going to be having an NSA Foundation 50th celebration. And it's going to be $150 per person. The proceeds go to benefit the foundation. We've got such an exciting lineup. This is being shared by our incoming chair of the board of trustees, who's currently the fundraising chair, Patrick Henry. And he has put together just this amazing program. We're going to have Don Hudson kick it off as he's the original surviving board member of the original NSA Foundation, an NSA board that was created when the association started. We're going to have Steve Spangler present. We're having Tara Brown, who is a newer member who's a comedian. We're also having Pat Dwyer, who is a comedian, and he's more of an improv comedian, but these are two new members that we're having to have share their expertise and ideas and just joy with our group. We also have the Passing Zone. If you've been to NSA events, just this tremendous juggling and humor act that John Wee and Owen Morse have done for years. And we also have Mark Scherenbrock. And then it's going to be closed out by Naomi Roding, sharing some stories about just the last 50 years of NSA and what it means. The Saturday morning event that is being put on by High Point University and Dr. Nito Quabain, I apologize, is sold out. We limited for space, and that is now full. Wow. There is a wait list that we can form. My apologies. FOMO, fear of missing out. We're right there with this, but we're exciting the program he has put together as well. There's one final thing that we're on the conversation, and that is I want to make sure that all of our members know of how we can help you if you're having problems. We have a disaster relief fund. If you're hit by a natural disasters, and it seems that we have one almost hitting every month now in the U.S., but if you are in a natural disaster, we have immediate funds that are available to help get you through those situations. We also have, for members that are at least 3 years within NSA, the Professional Speakers Benefit Fund, which is meant as resources of funding for crises that are outside your control. If you either know yourself of one of those events, or if of anybody going through that, or if you are yourself, please let us know. Your foundation is here to help you as a member. We're living the spirit of CAVIT by reaching out. We have over 50 volunteers within the foundation currently working to support and assist our members. So we hope you support us by signing up and coming to the Sunday evening event at the convention. It's going to be very exciting and a lot of fun. We hope you continue to support others in the spirit of CAVIT. And most important, Richard, thanks for letting me be a part of this.
Well, Jim, it's great to have you back. We're going to keep bringing you back every so often because there's so much is going on. There's a QR code up on the screen. We've had it in and out a couple of times. This takes you right to the main page for the foundation. Jim, when they go there, they can click around and get all this information and more, correct?
That's exactly it. Yeah, it's we're here for the members. You can also reach out to me personally if you're either having a challenge or have any questions. We volunteer to support the members. It's part of the spirit of CAVIT.
Jim Panzero, great to see you once again. Again, the current chair of the Board of Trustees of the NSA Foundation. We'll have you back again. And of course, we will see you in Orlando, Jim. Great to see you.
Honored to be here.
Packing as much as we can in these 30 minutes of Behind the Stage. And again, the NSA celebrating 50 years. If you were at the winter workshop, drop in the chat. Let us know how you loved it, how you liked it. There was so much packed into those 3 days. For those of you that experienced that, we're going way higher. There are some amazing things that are coming in. And I'm going to bring in my sidekick, my partner, the one that we all love, Maureen Mahoney. Great to see you, Maureen. Great to have you back again.
Hey, Rich. It's great to see you. I'm fangirling out right now that I'm on the same platform as Dr. Delatorro McNeal. I cannot wait to see him at Influence, man.
Well, just when he came on back in the green room, it was like explosion.
Oh,
and he's going to light up the stage like a lot of the main speakers are. But before we go too deep into that, you're here to share some of this amazing, amazing information of 50 years of the National Speakers Association. Did you know?
Well, Rich, we're going to go way back. I said we're going to go back to June of 1977. We were in our early stages at NSA. Patricia Fripp was about to attend her first NSA summer convention. And did you know that in June of 1977, NSA produced its first membership directory, and it was a leather-bound 3-ring binder that I just happened to have here. And I kudos and props to Matt Longden, our director of marketing, who went through our storage to get this to me. But it has the 500 pages of the membership from 1977. And speaking of Don Hudson, Mr. Don Hudson right here, I won't be too, so you can't call him on his answering service, it says right here. I love it. There's some that say like call the collect calls and so this is such a gem. I mean, this is a relic. So from the NSA archives. So, but I wanted to say, now we have e-speakers. We have an amazing directory with our amazing partners at e-speakers. And if you're a member at NSA, you get a e-speakers profile. So if you go to nsaspeaker.org, you can search for speakers and all of our members within that directory. So I've got our honorable innovation because we're going from old school 3-ring binders to, hey, everything's online and digital and environmentally friendly.
So 2 important things. Matt Longden gets bonus extra credit points for digging in the archives. Yes. Thank you, Matt, for taking time to do that. And that was typeset. That was probably total typeset back then. And do you know what I've been doing the last 24 hours? I've been working on my own e-speaker profile. Because you need to update, you need to keep it relevant, you need to add more links, more videos, you need to make sure things are flowing, to get the rating you want, and actually reached out and talked to them and to make sure I wasn't missing any of the golden nuggets.
Yes.
Make sure you use it.
Yes. And if actually a great resource too is the NSA members only Facebook group. I know Crystal Washington and some other amazing speakers have put in some of their best practices on how to best utilize their e-speaker platform. So that's a big shout out there because I know that there's so many great nuggets in there and best practices that you all can use. But I thought this was the fun little relic from back in the day. So
dusting off the good stuff. Did you know?
Did you know? Did you know?
Hey, Maureen, did you know it's a big week at the NSA this week? Did you know there's a lot of fun stuff happening?
I mean, I'm working a lot. So yeah, there's a lot of things happening.
For those that were at Thrive 2023 main stage recordings are now available. Yes. All right.
Check your email.
You have access to those until Friday, May 19th, and then they go in the vault of the NSA.
Yes. And the vault is about to get a huge makeover coming soon. We had our big technology migration, and now I'm getting ready for a new version of the digital vault. And I'm so excited because I think it's going to be a lot easier to find content and register for events and members only events. So stay tuned. The team, this team has been working like literally night and day to make these things happen for you. So
it's
we are
like
so
the Disney
excited.
Vault, all those great gems.
That's what I said. I said we should they used to say, for a short period of time you can view Influence 2016 or so forth. So we're going back.
By the way, coming up, we do have the sponsor webinar on Thursday, the 20th. That's coming up, the year-long paid speaker program. This time, it's how to create 12 months of recurring revenue and reach every speaking engagement. Who doesn't need that?
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so amazing. Yeah, amazing. Our Bold House is going to be, has some really great content. So I'm excited for that as well.
And then we also do have coming up, the Bold Haas, the founder of Bold Haas will be there. Angela Rears, I guess. I'm hoping I'm not.
Angelique Rears, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be on Thursday, April 27th, 5 p.m.
No, actually.
No, you're right. Sorry.
No, that is on the 20th. The 27th actually is our brand new speaker open mic with Drew Tarvin. Yes. It also happens to be somebody's 40th birthday, which but comedy. It's going to be so much fun. If you're interested in registering, you can, we'll send the link. It's members only. We're going to try to get to 10 individuals to kind of workshop some open mic, getting some positive feedback from Andrew Tarvin, newly CSP. So if you haven't seen Drew do his thing, I mean, he's awesome too. So I can't wait for that as well.
And so that's April 27th at 5 p.m. You don't want to miss that. Again, those Cabot Award nominations, the deadline is going to be May 1st. Cabot Award nominations, May 1st deadline cutoff. Don't want to miss it. And finally, here we need to let you know all about that 50-year anniversary. And Mo, look at this. I'm going to make it so easy. QR code to go learn more about it. But that's going to be coming up, Influence, July 15th through the 17th in Orlando, Florida. And again, early tickets, limited early tickets are left. Those prices will increase on May 1st as well.
Yes.
Any special, Mo, you want to add in here?
Go to Influence. It's going to be so much fun. It's the golden anniversary. We're going to be celebrating. Influence is just such an amazing experience, and just to be with your people, the speakers. It's so great to just be with one another and celebrate and learn and collaborate. So I just can't wait. I'm always on, whenever I leave, I'm just like on cloud 9.
Grab your phone, hit that QR code here at the end of our 30 minutes together on Behind the Stage. Hit that, go there, book your hotel, get your airlines, make sure you're all lined up, ready to go. Thrive was incredible. This is going to be Thrive on steroids, and we're looking to get back together and make sure we all have a good time together. Maureen Mahoney, thanks for being back with us again for Did You Know? And we'll do this again next month together, right?
That's right.
She's going to leave me hanging. Folks. Hey, it's great to be back with you again Behind the Stage. We do this every month. We're streaming on multiple platforms. And if you're part of one of our Facebook groups, and if you want to add this to your feed, contact Maureen Mahoney, myself, Rich Bontrager. We would love to help you connect and fan this out further. This is on the main NSA page, and it is now streaming in the authors page and in the podcasters page that I manage. Again, learn more about those, reaching out rich@richbontrager.net. That's going to do it for today. Thank you, Dr. Delatorro McNeal II, for being with us here today. Jim Pancero for being with us. And, of course, Maureen Mahoney. We'll see you back here next month, 30 minutes together behind the stage of the National Speakers Association. Until next time, I'm the Trigger, Rich Bontrager. Have a great week and keep rocking your stage.